You're listening to Short Stories by Natty Maxwell, where every heartbeat has a story, and every story brings you closer to healing. This is Volume 1, Teenage Dreams, stories of emotions, moments, and the messy magic of teenage life, just the way we imagined it. Let's begin. Dreams do come true. I must have told myself that 1,000 times in the ride home after dinner with the girls. We had chosen Espresso, our favorite restaurant, for a much-needed girls' night out. That's when the conversation drifted, as it always did, towards boys and the idea of the perfect relationship.
I don't believe in perfect relationships,
Tasha declared.
Love is a game. You're either in it to win or to lose.
Her words echoed in my head, and I couldn't lie. She might have had a point. It was the 14th of February, Valentine's Day, and the three of us, Tasha, Bree, and me, had no dates. Tasha had just ended another on-and-off whirlwind with Jordan. Bree's boyfriend was away at school, and me, I was still floating around in my little dream world, holding out for Mr. Right. Everything shouldn't be a game, Tasha. Just because Jordan only wanted one thing doesn't mean you can't find someone better. We all knew she was tired of hearing it, but someone had to keep reminding her. She was a beautiful soul. She deserved better. 3 weeks earlier, on one blistering hot afternoon, we stopped for ice cream after school. Our usual ritual after dragging ourselves through French history and literature. Tasha was across the street, talking to Monique, the class rep, about an assignment our French teacher had given out. Monique always became the star of the show when an assignment needed to be shared. With everyone crowding her, Tasha got pushed aside, and then boom, she collided with someone. But not just anyone. It was Jordan Miles, one of the hottest guys in school. Tasha had been dreaming about this moment since the start of term, or so the rumors said. Being the new girl, I heard everything before even meeting people. In our school, everyone wanted to be seen by the new girl, especially if she was good looking. I guess I qualified. So, Tasha's accidental meeting with Jordan, it was like a scene straight out of a teenage drama.
I'm so sorry. I wasn't looking.
That's all right. Just an ice cream. And hey, it's after school, right?
Bree and I were watching from a distance, doing every ridiculous signal we could think of just to get her to stand up. She looked frozen.
By the way, I'm Jordan Miles.
I'm Tasha. Tasha and Dem.
Nice to meet you, Tasha. I gotta run, need to get this off before it sticks. I'll see you tomorrow.
From that day on, it was like they were inseparable. Tasha drifted a bit, but we didn't mind. We were best friends, and her happiness mattered. One afternoon, while hanging out at my place, Bree asked a question that hung heavy in the air.
So, is he your teenage dream, Tasha?
Well, yeah. He's good looking, smart, neat. What more could I want?
But as the conversation continued, I drifted into my own world. One where I kept asking myself that same question. What more did I want? Sure, I couldn't ignore physical attraction, but I wanted something deeper. Trust, commitment, security. But above all, I wanted love. That 4-letter word held so much power. Love could make someone give you the world, make a girl give her all, or bring the proudest man to his knees. Love was what I longed for, to be driven by it, to reach my own teenage dream. That night was one of the best we ever had. We talked about boys, sex, and love, while watching Sex in the City. Everything seemed so perfect until it wasn't. 2 weeks into Tasha's perfect relationship with Jordan came chaos. He stopped calling, stopped texting, stopped showing up.
What exactly happened?
Bree asked.
All I wanted was time to make sure I was sure.
Tasha replied. She broke down in tears. And suddenly it all clicked. Jordan had vanished the moment he realized he wasn't getting what he came for. I'd read once in a Christian book on love, boys play at love to get sex. Girls play at sex to get love. That was it. That was the game. Tasha was trying to find love. Jordan was just playing. 5 days into the back and forth chaos, breakups in the morning, makeups by lunch, it was clear. Jordan had won. He got what he came for. And Tasha, she was left with tears and shame. That Thursday night, I invited her over. She needed to forget, to breathe, to cry. We lay under the stars, trying to escape it all.
It's beautiful.
I know.
Sometimes I wish I could be up there. Just free, no worries. You could do anything. Even drink beer, no matter what age you are.
Yeah.
Speaking of, is this even legal? I mean, 16 and beer?
Girl, who cares? As long as you
Drink responsibly. How can my first be my ex in under 72 hours?
She wasn't drinking her mind out. She was crying it out. And all I could do was hold her. And then I said, "He's not your first. He's your Elide." She stared. I wasn't even sure what I meant, but it made sense somehow. Jordan? He was just a passing syllable, something unimportant in the full sentence of her life. Friday's girls' night out was going to be the last time his name was mentioned, and it sounded so off each time we said it, almost like a word poorly pronounced by a 2-year-old. He was history, but there was just no way I was going to let Tasha think every relationship was a game. So I did what I always did, try to prove a point. I still think there are good guys out there. I mean, look at Bree, for example. She has a great relationship with Chad, even though he's miles away.
Oh, please, Amara. Don't tell it for me. What makes you think I'm okay? It's Valentine's Day, and look, no call!
Yes. No call. And it was beginning to make me sick. Throughout dinner, I'd been staring at my phone, praying it would ring, wishing someone somewhere thought about me. I wasn't even dating anyone, but I didn't think I'd be alone. Not today. My ex-boyfriend had been begging to get back together, but I needed him to show me. I needed him to fight for me. Sure, I had a feeling he still had the hots for me, but that could have just been another dose of wishful thinking. Earlier that day, I wasn't even sure I'd be hanging out with the girls because he'd asked me out. When Tasha and Bree came by on their way to dinner, I desperately begged them to help me pick out a dress. Why do I get to date just losers? It's 7 p.m. and he still hasn't called. I looked at my watch, like staring hard enough would rewind time. Maybe if I focused, I could gain back that 1 hour I wasted waiting for him. And it would be 6 p.m. again, and he'd be at the door, smiling. I gave him 5 more minutes, then admitted it to myself. I had been stood up again, for the 10th time, by the same guy. and honestly, looking at my dream man checklist, on a scale of 10, Tyler scored a 3, which made him the biggest loser of all time.
Why are you still fighting for this anyway? Shouldn't the feeling be mutual?
She actually thought I stayed for love. But truth is, I stayed for the looks, thinking maybe love would follow. First 3 things on my dream man checklist: tall, dark, handsome. And well, he made the cut. But he was also the 3 things I dreaded most: proud, arrogant, selfish. Tell me, how could something as beautiful as love survive those 3 monster traits? So, 3 weeks into what I thought was the perfect relationship, I decided it was time to move on. But one thing I never gave up on was my teenage dreams. I knew they had to come true, somehow. So here I was, sitting in the backseat of the taxi I hired to take me home, knowing no call was ever coming that night, and that every guy who had pretended to like me was probably with the one they really wanted on Valentine's Day. I decided not to let Tasha or Bree's views on love cloud mine, because even if my heart ached, I was still holding on to my dreams.